right, guys, we are back. Welcome to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. We are excited to get going. Another great show, great guest. Let's just jump right into this one. Young lady, I'm glad you are here. Thank you for filling in. We had a guest cancel and you jumped right in, and so thank you for that. For those that don't know you, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with today.
Sure. My name is Jenny Stafford. I'm the CEO of Midcoast Family Services, and I am thrilled that you called us at the last minute.
Well,
I'm always eager to talk about us and our cause.
Well, good. And you know, in fairness, I should have called you a long time ago because you guys do a great job here in the community. But let's pretend I just moved here and I have no idea what Midcoast Family Services is.
Okay.
Who are you guys and why are you so important in the community?
Well, we are a nonprofit, a fairly large nonprofit, but we've taken on a large mission. Our work is to end and prevent family violence, homelessness, sexual assault, and substance abuse. So we have the only shelter for victims of domestic violence. We have a transitional living program. We have 56 apartments that we rent for homeless people, chronically homeless individuals and families. We have school-based services. We believe in prevention, and so we have a very large school-based drug prevention and alcohol prevention program. We have child abuse prevention advocates. So we've got a big mission ahead, a lot going on.
And unfortunately, you know, domestic violence and a lot of those things you spoke about, they're a lot more prevalent than what we like to think.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times for I guess the average person, out of sight, out of mind. You don't, if this isn't part of your life, you don't think about it much. But unfortunately, it's a sad reality in a lot of people's lives. And the biggest step I would guess is reaching out for help and needing help when you're in those situations, because it's got to, I would imagine, be an overwhelming thing when you live in an uncomfortable situation with violence and those things, and getting help would be a scary thing, I would think. And so to have great services that you could go to for that help, it just seems huge to me.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, it is. It's difficult to reach out because so many times we're in denial. You're in a bad place and you want to deny.
They were just having a bad day. They didn't mean to hit me that day or whatever the case.
He drank too much. I heard somebody say he wasn't choking to kill me. He just was trying to get me to quit talking. He had his hands on your neck.
Yeah, that my wife would not accept. No,
yeah. But for a victim, and especially if she's trying to figure out how to make life on her own, maybe she doesn't have the financial resources to live on her own. So it's very complicated. And you know, I don't think we give enough credit to victims. One of the things that we hear very often is, why don't you just leave? I wouldn't put up with that.
Right.
You don't know what she's going through.
It's not that easy to just pick up your whole life and relocate and disappear like that.
And the very most dangerous time for a victim is when she leaves, because he's got nothing to lose at that point.
And just total desperation.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. No, I can only imagine. And again, thank you, because I'm sure you've had a lot of sleepless nights dealing with things when you're just laying there and your heart hurts and your mind hurts and you don't know what to do. And I'm glad that you found a way through Midcoast to try to, you know, use that energy for positive and help. And then, but you need help from the community to do these things, because you mentioned those apartments, all that. This stuff isn't free.
No.
And I'm sure there's a lot of costs that are associated with trying to help so many different people. And so that's why you do these events like what we're talking about here that you guys have coming up. A really cool thing. And on February 8th, Thursday, February 8th, the Who's Who of Victoria. This is really neat. It's a charity dinner and auction. Tell me about this. What do you guys have going on?
Well, I want to explain a minute about the name, how we came upon that. So we kind of floundered around looking for our event. And we did a rodeo, we did a country western dance, we did a family fun day. And one of the things, we just couldn't find the right thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And we figured out that we had sponsors who weren't sponsoring the event, but they were sponsoring us. And they believed in our cause. And it didn't matter if we were doing a dog and pony show.
Yes, ma'am.
They were going to be at our corner. And so that we were like, they are our who's who. They are our people who believe that those things don't belong in Victoria and that they could be our base. And so we were like, these are the who's who of Victoria.
You know, I actually really like that. I didn't take all that in when I saw the name. And now that you explained it to me, that's very clever and very well done.
We have sponsors that have been with us from day one. Before this particular event, when we were doing all those other events, you know, the bank and Clean Core and Caterpillar and all those places, HEB have been, what do you need? Okay, let me write a check. So those are our who's who.
Well, you know, I appreciate the effort though, because you're right. These people that are supporting, they're supporting you guys and what you do. But I appreciate that you acknowledge that and you try to return the favor by giving them something that they would enjoy, you know. And because these things are hard to throw. You know, to
Little
throw an
bit.
event in town and to get sponsors and to do the whole
A little
thing,
bit, yeah.
it's a lot of work. And there's a whole lot of organizations doing a whole lot of things in this
Mm-hmm.
town. And so to be able to jump in and do something clever and well done like this, and with the effort that you guys have, I think it's great. And what is the thing as we go into this thing, Thursday, February 8th, what are some of the things that you guys still need? I know you've got a lot going, but you know, as far as could you guys use some sponsors, maybe auction items? What are some of the things that you guys have going that the community could step up and help you with?
Well, we definitely still need sponsors. We still got sponsor letters out there that we're hoping will come in the mail any day now.
Yes, ma'am.
But we need, in addition to that, we could use auction items. We've got some fantastic items, but you never can have enough. And we're actually going to do the auction online this year, so we get a
Nice.
little bit more exposure.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, we've got a bird sightseeing trip, that sort of thing.
You know, some of those things though, I would have laughed at that when I was 20 years
Yeah.
old. Who wants to do now? Sign me up. I would
Yeah.
love to do something like that. I didn't realize how ignorant I was back in my younger days.
Right. Well, we've got a professional coming in doing a guided tour, so I think that's really cool. And of course,
Wonderful.
fishing trips and signed autographed football from Bailey Zappi. I'm real excited about
There you
that
go.
deal. Yeah.
There you go. He's really done spectacular.
For
No,
sure.
this is great. So you guys, still need the sponsors. Auction items. If people have auction items they want to donate, and then we need bidders. You
Yeah,
know, so
you
once
do.
you guys open up, especially that online bidding, we want bidders to show up and do that. And I'll tell you, some of these online auctions have some really good things on there. You're crazy if you miss out and you don't go look at these things, because there's a lot of great donations that really help these things be special. Real quick in summary, because I talk too much and we got to wrap this up, but let's go through the event just real fast. What can they expect when they show up? What's the fun party going to be?
Well, we are going with Mardi Gras again because the following Tuesday is Fat Tuesday,
Yes,
of
ma'am.
course, followed by Lent. So, but we call it Mardi Gras Light because there's not going to be any bead throwing.
It's not
none of
going to be
that.
a New Orleans.
No,
Okay,
no, no,
all
no.
right. That's
But-
probably smart here, Victoria. Yes, ma'am.
But we'll have a Cajun meal, we'll have a signature drink, and we try to treat our guests as our who's who. You are our people here. And there's a lot of socializing. People like to come because we don't have a speaker. We don't put money into a singer. We put money into serving our guests. And then we have a short video about our services. And then the highlight of the evening is a dessert auction. And people will bid a lot of money when Jeannie Morrison brings a cake, or Judge Zeller, or DA Constance Johnson Phillies.
Yeah, you had me at dessert. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
So that's really our big ticket item of the night is our dessert auction.
Good deal. Well, young lady, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for
Thank
serving
you.
our community and
Of
giving
course.
back. You have an open invitation. Anytime you guys have an event, please come on the show. We'd love to have you back. Guys, make sure you get out there. If you're still looking to sponsor something, if you're still looking to get behind a good cause, do so. They need sponsors. They need auction items. Who's Who of Victoria, the charity dinner and auction, Thursday, February 8th. Young lady, did I forget anything?
Not a thing. I think you got it all.
Well, thank you so much for all that you do. Let's take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back. My next guest I'm excited for. Dudes are hustlers. They work super, super hard. I'm just going to stop right there before I get ahead of myself and let them introduce yourselves. My brother, if you wouldn't mind, please let us know who you are and who you are here with.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much for having us first and foremost. I just wanted to thank you for all the support.
Yes, sir.
My name is Mike McLeod. I'm the owner of Rise Media, so I handle all the media aspects for Rise Fighting Championship. Video, travel, going to the gyms, introducing the fighters to everybody, just kind of getting, letting everybody know who these fighters are and upcoming, and that's just what we're trying to do. Get the names of the fighters out there and let people know who they are.
Outstanding. And you, my brother.
My name is Jacob Rodriguez. I'm the president and owner of Rise Fighting Championship. I do all the easy stuff. I sit behind the desk while he does all the work.
Yeah. All joking aside, though, I want to tell you guys, you came onto the scene strong, hard, and fast, man. Like, you guys, there was no Rise, and then there was. And it was literally just like this, and you guys were everywhere. Your media side, you do a great job, man. I really enjoyed getting to meet a lot of the fighters. It's good from, you have these events come to town, and we know the local guys. We know the guys that we see on a daily basis in the local gyms and stuff like that. But outside of that, I really have no clue on who the opponents are, who they're facing, who's good, who's not. Like, I know the local dudes, and that's it. I've enjoyed your show. I've gotten to see all these different gyms from different, locations with different fighters, different disciplines that they bring to the table. And it's really been enjoyable, but the thing that comes through that I want to compliment you on first and foremost is your passion for it. That's hard to fake, and you don't do that, and I just wanted to tell you, one of the reasons I enjoy watching your work is because your passion comes through on that. And nobody knows how hard it is to get up super early, drive to a gym with a bunch of people you don't know, and then go in there with a bunch of fighters that are fighting. There's a bit of awkwardness to it, but your passion comes through and you do a great job, and I just want to lift you up and tell you I appreciate that. You've done it in a way where you lift others up, and it's not about you, it's about them, and it really comes through, and I just want to say congratulations on that.
I appreciate
that. And
that.
then, my brother, where in the world did this come from? I know you're out there doing your thing all the time, teaching and working and all this, but boom, then there was Rise. Tell me about, where did this come from?
Yeah, so it's always been a dream of mine. Like probably 3-4 years ago, I was in the process of starting Rise, and then COVID hit. And so it shut everything down. I just kind of put it on the back burner, moved away for a while, and I came back. I had a friend at the time who was doing a fight promotion, and I thought it was great for the local area. He decided to shut it down, and I said, man, we need something that's going to step in that place. And so we started Rise, and I reached out to every connection that I have in the fight business, and to help make this happen and make it more for the fighters than it is for the promoter. I think that's where me and Mike get along so well, is whenever we got together initially, we said, we want a promotion that's all about the fighters. Mm-hmm. Like, we want to highlight the fighters and give them more exposure than any other promotion out there. It's not about, us just making money for ourselves. We want to grow these fighters, get them exposure, get them sponsorship opportunities that they've never had before, as well as a roadmap on how to get from an amateur organization into the pros, and then from the pros into the UFC, the Bellators, the ONE FCs. So we want to create something that is that roadmap that'll excel them to the big show.
Man, I'll tell you that's solid, because I've been humbled by martial arts. We've talked, I've told this story before. I was one of these young, dumb guys that got out of the military and thought I could fight. So I walked into a jiu-jitsu gym, and they handed me my rear end and were like, you cannot fight. And they were completely correct. I could not. But one of the things I noticed about gyms, and we talked about, is they're scary from the outside when you're looking in the window. But once you get in there, they really are a family. And a lot of times people are genuinely there to lift each other up and to help each other. And I know, as a 45-year-old hobbyist, that it's hard. It's difficult to go. And I don't have a career based in this, or I'm not looking to be a UFC fighter. And it's still martial arts is it's a rewarding road, but it's a tough road. Yeah. I would argue that it's an uphill road. The views are great the higher you get, but it's a grind. It's not just going out and playing some golf with your buddies. It's different when you're going out and you're choking each other and all that. But I like that you guys are giving people with dreams a roadmap. Instead of just everybody, I want to be a fighter. I want to be a fighter too. Well, let's just fight each other. I don't know what else to do, and all this. It helps to have guidance, but more importantly, it helps to have somebody believe in you. And I would argue that to those fighters that have maybe never had somebody show up at their gym and come in there and do a little piece with them and then do a little interview with them, stuff like that can light a fire in people, and it helps the families. It helps the ones that see them leaving all the time and don't understand why they're spending so much time at the gym. Well, that's why, and they get to see it from the other side, and it's hard, man. Martial arts is a hard thing to do, and I appreciate that you guys are finding a way to make it a community thing and bring it in, and you've got these great tables, these events coming up. I'm all over the place here, but before I go too much further, Rise Fighting Championship, February 2nd, your first event here in Victoria.
Yes, sir.
I know those tickets are going really fast. What is the best way? What do you guys have left as of filming right now? And how fast do I need to move to make sure I get a table or good seats to this thing?
So we opened up table sales last Monday. We've only got 7 left up to this
Dang,
point.
I knew they were gonna go fast.
Yeah, we've only got 7 left, and they're going super fast. We've still got general admission tickets available. If you guys are interested in general admission tickets or a table, just give me a text at 361-220-1228, and I can get your table reserved, or I can get with you guys on how to get your general admission tickets, whether you want to pick up at our headquarters, or if you guys want general admission tickets held at will call for y'all.
Gotcha. What do I do if I'm a young fighter in this town or in another town and I'm seeing you guys out there and I feel like I'm a good fit for what you guys are trying to bring to the table? You have not stumbled into my gym just yet, but I want you guys to know that we're out there. What's the best way to reach out and say, hey guys, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing. I want to be a part of Rise. I want to be a part of this. What's the best way for people to do so?
Best way to do that is go to risefightingchampionship.com. We have a link there that you can scroll down onto. It says Fight for Us. Fill out the application. It'll come to us. We'll get in contact with you, see when the best date is. We might send Mike out there to record some stuff for you, film some stuff. And that's the best way to get a hold of us right there.
Poor guy, I put him to work. He came into the Holy Grail and did some great video. And I was like, Mike, you gotta find footage of me doing well in there. You know, and he's like, dude, I went through it all, man. Like, I tried. He's like, that one that you shows an arm. I just put that so they didn't see your face with it, you know. But all joking aside, like, I appreciated you doing that, man, and I appreciate you giving a voice and helping people out. I want to see the belt real fast. Am I allowed to touch this thing? I know if you want to be careful, but this is legit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is a real big boy
quality.
belt here. Like, this isn't a Walmart. You know, I had one of those fake WWF belts way back in the day. This is not it, dude. Like, this thing, I'm afraid, like, there's a thud to this thing when you put it down. So you guys, the big thing I notice is you're really trying to do things right.
Yes, sir.
Not halfway, not small town Victoria. You're trying to set the bar, set the standard on a professional
Yes, sir.
fighting company. Good job, man. Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you
Thank
guys. This is dang, dude. Good job. I get nervous even holding it up. Like, man, some fighter's gonna come out somewhere and punch me. I don't even want to mess with it. Is there anything I'm forgetting to tell the people before I let you guys go? I make sure they tune in to. Is it just Rise Fighting Championship, or is the media on a different page?
We do have a media page that's separate, but we post all the content to the Rise Fighting Championship page.
Okay,
and
so
then we'll
start
just,
there, and that's a great place
absolutely,
to
everything
find you
wanna
guys.
find.
Outstanding. Well, appreciate you supporting
Yes,
the
sir.
community, both of you guys.
Yes, sir.
MMA is like I said, it's an uphill battle, but it's man, you start breaking those clouds and get higher, it's worth it. The discipline equals freedom. I think it's a good thing. Guys, thank you. Appreciate
so much,
both
man.
of you all for
Thank
what
you.
you do. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate our guests. Appreciate the crew. They do an amazing job. Guys, big things happening on the Facebook pages, over 10,000 followers. Thank you for that. New sponsor packages coming up. If you want to get on, let us know. We'd love to have you. We'll see you next week, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.